Okay, how you Femi? How you doing? I'm Hemi. I'm trying our Bantu. Let's get started. This question here look way big, but I'll make it easy for you. And whenever you encounter this type of question, it's gonna be easy. Go for you. You'll be able to break it down and get the answer in an easy way. Let me show you the strategy, the tricky that you can use to solve this question. Look, you see, I'm gonna solve all this question using a little space. How crazy. Okay, cool. Look, I'm gonna draw a small table here. Let me draw the table. Okay, let me just draw a small table. I don't need a bigger table. Okay, all of this is gonna be enough time. And we'll be solving everything here. Look. Okay, I'm gonna say, let me do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 is enough. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's enough. Look, see the space here? I'm gonna solve the whole question using only this space here. Now let's get started. So now they say a furniture company manufactures dining room. Also, they're gonna manufacture a dining room, correct? Now they say dining room tables and chair. So the trick is whenever they mention those two things, those are gonna be your X and Y. So dining table room. Come on, man. A manufacturing company manufactures dining room table and chair. So this table here is gonna be X and this is gonna be your Y. So here we're gonna write here table. The first one is table, right? Table. And then I can say bracket X. And chair bracket Y. And this is gonna be total here. Total. So anything has to do with the table is gonna come here. Anything has to do with the chair is gonna come there. And the total is gonna come here. And then these two things here, let's read and see. Okay. Okay, now let's go. Another things, okay, before we continue. This concept is very, very important. Whenever they mention at least, this is sign for at least. This sign here is for at least. Because if somebody say you need to have at least 2 people, what does that mean? It means 2 people and more. That's why we use this sign for at least. But at least or at minimum is the same thing, because when you say at least, at minimum, at smallest is the same thing. So we're gonna use this sign. Remember that. At least, at minimum, at the lowest, okay? That's all. Or at smallest, we use this sign. But the reverse, if they say at most, we're gonna use this sign now. At most, at biggest, at highest, you use this sign. Okay? Now let's go to the business now. So now let's continue. So let's see here, let's continue to see the company has 100 hours of assembly. Oh, so now they talk about another things in assembly. Oh, there's assembly and then per week. 100 hours assembly per week. And worker must spend at least 100 hours on finishing per week. Oh, so you see we got another thing now. Assembly time and finishing time. So those, they're gonna come in here. Assembly time, assembly time, assembly time, and finishing time. Now, there we go. So now let's say here they mention the company has 150 hours of assembly available per week. What does that mean? Is it at most or at least? If somebody say there's only 100 hours available, what does that mean? That's meaning you cannot do more than 150 hours. See what I'm saying? So in other way, that's at most. So you can do whatever you want to do, but at most, not more than 150 hours that you can spend to do assemble. Okay, so in other way, the total assemble for both X and Y per week is going to be what? 150. So it's going to be 150 here. 150. But how did they say? They say a company has 150 of assembly available per week. Oh, 100. So this is 150 available per week. What does that mean? Means at most. So for at most, we'll say we're going to use this. So here, we're going to use this sign here. See, we're going to use it because you cannot spend more than. Okay, now let's continue reading because that's a total of assembly time per week. Now let's continue reading. Now they say, and a worker must spend at least, oh, so you see for the second sentence they mention at least 100 hours on finishing. Oh, but who are worker? Worker photo, making manufactured table and chair. Oh, so now for finishing time, worker must spend at least one on finishing per week. Oh, so finishing is going to be what? 100. But they say here what? At least. So what is at least? At least we use this. Oh, then the question is going to be finishing now. Now let's go. A chair requires 150 minutes. Okay, 100 what then? No, excuse me, I skipped something. A table requires 140 minutes for assembly. Oh, so this is for assembly. Table and assembly. See, table and assembly. What are they? 440 minutes. But now our total time is in hour. You can see everything it was in what? It was in hour. So we must change this to hours. So if you want to change anything to hours, you must divide by 60. So 540 divided by 60 is going to give us what? 9. So here it's going to be 9. X. Because this is for X. Because table and assembly. They say here, a table require 140 for assembly. So it's 9. Because we take 540 divided by 60, which is going to give us 9x. Okay. And 80 minutes for finishing. Oh, so for finishing, it's going to be what? It's going to be 180. Okay, but what? The same table, the same one, the same. Listen careful, right? And 180 minutes for finishing. But what is that? It's still a table. So this table is going to require 540 for assembly and 180 minutes for finishing. So we're going to take 180 divided by 60, which is going to give us 3. So the same table is going to require what? 3 minutes, 3 hours. Because we must take 180 divided by 60, it's going to give us 3 hours. Now let's go. They say a chair require, okay, let me just do this just a second, guys. Sorry, just a second. Okay. Now we go. A chair require, so now we're in a chair here, 150 for assembly. So it's called, this is assembly, right? 150. So take 150 divide by 60, which is going to give you what? 2.5. 2.5. Okay, but this is y, remember. Y. See? And another thing they say also is going to require what? 60 minutes for finishing. The same chair is going to require what? Finishing is here. This is chair they made up here. Finishing, chair, and finish. 60 minutes, they say. So 60 divided by 60 equal to 1. So it's going to be 1y equal to y, because 1y is a 1. So we finish everything. So what we can do now, you see, there's something called objective function, which is going to be involving this, the last sentence. See what I'm saying? It's called objective function. Okay, let's write our objective function. So objective function, they say, so we don't need this other part. See, they say each table is here, table is X. Each table sold for 4,000. Oh, So it's going to be 4,000x because table is 4,000. So we're going to say 4,000x. And each chair sold for 1,500. Chair is y. So we plus what? 1,500y. But what is this? This you call it objective function. So you can call it anything. You can just call, sometimes they call it like a function x and y because it does not have equal to something. No. Each table was sold for 4,000. So you say 4,000 is table. So 4,000 x and chair 1,500 y. Finish. So what we can do, we can just put all this stuff together. So I don't need this. I can just erase it and say. So we want to get what? They even say here, look, and the objective function. So we need to construct it, get the objective function. It's easy. Objective function is this one here. So we have to come and pick the answers here, see which is correct answer. Okay, so for that case now, so we have all our constraints. What does that mean? Look, the first one is 9x plus 2y. So you just put them together. So it's 9x plus 2.5 y, 2.5y is less or equal to 150. The second one, 3x plus y greater or equal to 100. See what I'm saying? And then another thing also, well, okay, no, we're done. Another thing, you have to write this: x and y is greater or equal to 0. You always have to write this in any constraint of inequality, set of inequality. And then do not forget your objective function, which is you can write f x y equal to 4,000 x plus 1,500 for this case y. So these are our constraint. So we come in option and pick up the constraint and this objective function. Let's come here and see. Okay, 9x plus 2.5y, 9x plus 2.5y, 9x plus 2.4. Let me turn this way. 9x plus 2.5y. It must be less or equal. Solve this one here. See? So the only thing they confuse is, see, they give this at first time because the no student going to get confused. But this is our answer. 3x plus y greater than 100. 3x plus y equal to the 100. Yes. Okay. And then x and y greater than 0. Yes. 4,000. 4,000 plus 1,500. So the option number 3. They're supposed to, it doesn't matter, but this objective function, tiara, or you can say f, x, y, either of the two, but I use this most of the time, but because it's a multiple choice. So, my final answer is going to be option number 3, 4,000 plus 1,500, yes, and this one, so option 3. Just a little space, and we managed to solve this question. Look. It's easy, right? So I hope you learn from how to do things. If you first time here, make sure you subscribe to this platform. Share this with a lot of people because we're very important. Don't keep it to yourself, okay? And you know, I love you so much, okay? I love you so much. I got a lot of love for you. This is why I do all of this from deep down my heart, okay? Thanks a lot for your time. Peace and out. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. Very soon I'll see you.